and welcome to my channel. Today I thought we'd try something new. I want to try a multi-palette bingo. So I wanted to find a way to sneak in the Lethal Cosmetics palette again, the After Dark palette. I really wanted to use this again, but I already used it twice in a regular way. So I figured we'd do a palette bingo, but then combine it with another palette. So I was thinking about which larger palette would be pretty with the Lethal Cosmetics palette. And I ended up picking the NYX Ultimate Color palette. This is what they look like side by side. And as you can see, they are sort of a nice pairing. It depends completely on what I'm going to pick, of course, if it's actually going to match. But that's the fun of the game. If you don't know what a palette bingo is, it's using different shades in a palette based on a random number generator. So I have one here on my phone. And we're going to pick 3 shades from each palette, and then we're going to make an eye look with that. And what I get is what I get. I can't add more. I don't think I can leave any out. I just have to do with those 6. So first let's pick 3 from the NYX palette. There are 16 shades. I'm going to count them from 1 to 4 and then like that. And I'll swatch them on my arm so we can get a nice color story. By the way, if my voice still sounds a little bit hoarse, well, it still is. It's getting a lot better. I don't think it's going to take that long anymore, but just for today you're gonna have to deal with that. I'm sorry. Alright, so we have from 1 to 16. And let's generate. Okay, so the first one is 3, which is this shade over here. A nice coral shade, I would say. Alright, generating again. Now we have 6. 6 is this purple shade over here. So far so good. And then for the third one, we have number 9, which is this royal blue. This is already an interesting color story, but I feel like it can still be pretty. It could work out. Alright, so the Lethal Cosmetics has 12 shades, so I'm changing the number generator to 12, and I'm going to generate, and it picked 5. Oh god. We have this lavender shade. We only have matte so far. I do want 1 or 2 shimmers. So that's the lavender. Generating again. And now we have 2. Ah, finally we have a shimmer, and it's a nice match too. So next we have this peachy golden shimmer. Yes, very good. And then finally we have 1. Oh, that's just the matte white. Still, this could be kind of a pretty color story. I wish we had more shimmers, but this is what the color story looks like. It kind of looks like an evening sky. It's actually kind of pretty, isn't it? I'm excited for this one. So now that we've picked out the shades, let's get into the eye look. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye base, and I'll zoom you in. I'm also priming my under eyes. I'm just going to do those straight away as well. And then try to blend my concealer around it. I'm pretty lucky. This Anastasia primer is actually kind of a concealer shade for me. And my under eyes aren't especially dry. So I don't mind there being a little bit of eye primer. Okay, so this is the color story once more. I think I want to do... these two are a bit tricky. I'll do a 3-toned crease with the upper 3. Then probably the lavender and the white on my lower lash line. And then this one on the lid. Something like that. This is, by the way, my first palette bingo I've ever done. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to start with the white. I think I'm going to put that in my inner corner. I have this pencil brush. Since we don't have a light shimmer, I might as well use a white matte shade. I always kind of like how this looks. Alright, now I'm skipping over to the NYX palette and I'm going into this shade. I'm going to put that in the inner third of my crease. This one doesn't have a mirror. I'm blending it into the white and it creates a nice ombre from white to peach. I like this NYX palette, but I have to say it's not very pigmented. So these colors are never going to be as bright on the eye as they are in the pan. They're still pretty, just a little warning. I'm going to transition the red one into the purple one from NYX. I'm going to put that in the center of the crease. And then I think I'm going to keep the order on which it is on my arm. I'm going into the blue. I'm going to put that in the outer part of my eye. And also in the outer corner. I'm sort of creating a large blue wing with this. That wasn't necessarily my intention, but I think it looks okay. I'm going into the purple again to blend those two together a bit more. Really kind of looks like a sunset, doesn't it? Alright. Now it's time to go into the Lethal palette. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter primer on my lids. And then I'm putting the peachy shade all over the lid. Alright, now all that's left to use is this lavender shade. And I think I'm going to put that all the way underneath the lower lash line. I'm just going to use the same brush, but I cleaned it. I guess this purple kind of resembles the two other colors together. And then finally I'm going into the white again and I'm going to put a little bit over here. And that's it for the eyeshadows. I think I got lucky. I kind of like how this turned out. I'm just not sure whether I want to blend this edge or not. Maybe just a little bit. Yes, that's prettier. Alright, I'm going to take the swatches of my arm and the fallout from underneath my eyes. I'm going to put my base makeup on and add some mascara and everything, and then we can finish the face together. So this is the finished eye look. I have to repeat, I was lucky. I really like this color combination. I really think that these two palettes were a fine combination. And I would have loved more shimmer, but I think this white matte inner corner also gives a very bright effect. So I really like how this turned out. Now let's finish the face together. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Filorga foundation and bronzer from the Hourglass palette, the Givenchy loose powder, and the Pat McGrath concealer, and in my eyebrows I have the Kruidvat gel. So that's what I have on so far. Now I need blush, highlighter and a lipstick. I wanted to try this one again. This was the Essence blush and I can't really remember what kind of color this was. Wait, let me swatch it first. No, I don't think this is a good match for the look. Then I'm going into the Hourglass palette again and I'm going to use this shade, which is called Sublime Flush, which should at least match the peachy pinky colors on my eyes. And I always love using the blushes in this palette. Like I said in my previous video, I kind of like using this palette almost every time I do my makeup. And if I don't use any of the shades, I use the mirror. I'm bringing it up a little bit higher, so it sort of melts into the eyeshadow a little bit. Yes, that's nice. For a highlighter, I want to use this Catrice highlighter again. This is the More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. And I think this will match the look. This is a nice cool toned highlighter, but not a real pink. It's more of a nudie color, I think. Yes, I think that looks nice. For lipstick, I think I want to go nude or a little bit more pinky. I thought we could use this lipstick. This is from L'Oréal Paris in the shade 640 Erotique. That could be an option. I feel like this one could also be a cool option. This is from MAC. It's the Powder Kiss lipstick in the shade 309 Best of Me, and it's a very pale nude. And I do like wearing this from time to time. I like pairing it with a little bit of a pinky lip liner. This one is also from MAC, by the way. It's in Rosy Rim. I just fill in the lips completely with this. And then I add a little bit of this lipstick. Just like that. This lipstick is going to last me a lifetime like this. But that's okay. That's the finished look. I think this was a very successful palette bingo. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I'll probably do one anyway in the near future. And please remember to subscribe, like or leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.